Where do I put video on my website? My name's Kevin from the Online Visibility Agency and 99quidwebsites.co.uk. And the question for today's video is, where do I put video on my website? Now, this is a great question, and it's one that really comes down to your own way of thinking about video. Now, we know video these days is important. It is one of the things that is getting people more attention online. Just look at the success people have via things like YouTube and doing live events, webinars, and all of that type of thing. It's all video related. So videos are really important. People like to watch videos, and they like, even if they don't watch it, to listen to what's being said in a video. So it's important that we get a good sound quality and we get our captions running. So, but where do we put a video on your website? Now, I spoke in a previous video about putting a video maybe on the top part of the homepage of the website. We can have a video where we feel it fits and is appropriate. And what I mean by that is you can have a video on your homepage, but you need to consider loading speeds of a page. And video can, if we host it on our own servers for our site, it can slow down the loading of a site. So really you need to think about, where is it most critical to have a video, and where is it going to be placed where it's not so critical, but it's still good to have. So I think a homepage with video on is useful. I think if you're in a specific industry where maybe you're coaching someone, maybe you're in some type of therapy business, you're in some type of one-to-one situation where you're going to be conversing with people on a regular basis, I think video is really important, because they get to see you, they get to hear you, they get a vibe off of you for if they want to work with you or not, which you can get via the written word. We do our very best to get it over in writing, but we all know that words can be interpreted in different ways, and a clever writer will help the reader along that path to understand the intent behind the words, but a video does it so much quicker. So if you're in those type of industries, you definitely need to consider putting more and more video in. If you're looking at video from the point of view of showcasing a way of operating, so for example, I did this with a UPVC company, and we showed the process of what happens when he turns up and does somebody's UPVC spray. And it took them through the process from the very beginning right to the end of taking the tape down, all the masking down, and wiping it down, and the finished product. And he only really did one service. So that video actually was hugely viewed, and it generated a huge amount of inquiries whilst it was live on their site. So you don't have to necessarily be on camera. It depends on the goal of the site, as it always does. And if, as I say, if you're a one-to-one business, you're dealing with that human being yourself, the video is good for that connection. If you're a business that provides another type of service, so maybe you're a painter and decorator, you're UPVC sprayer, you're a plumber, or any of those, electrician, taking someone through a process of what you do via a video is really useful. And you wouldn't need to make hundreds of those. You could just make one really impressive one, maybe for each type of scenario. So if you're a commercial electrician or a domestic electrician, you can do video snippets, stitch them up together, and go through with them and explain what each part of it is and how you operate, because that builds trust with people. They get to go, you know what, actually, I like the way you work. You're clearly considerate in your environment and the people around you that are not involved but are around. And therefore, we want someone that's not just going to come in, crash, bash, smash everything, leave it in a complete mess and walk away. We want people that have consideration. One of the painter and decorators I work with, he's known as Mr. Plastic, because everything he does, he puts everything in plastic and covers everything. So there's no chance of anything getting damaged, dripped on, or anything like that. And his clients love it. He puts his overshoes on when he goes in, and he really looks after the property. So video is important. It goes where it's appropriate. It has a purpose. If it doesn't have a purpose, don't use it, because it will slow down your site. So we have to counterbalance that effect. Hopefully that's been useful. Remember, if you need any help, drop me a message and I'll be more than pleased to jump on and give you some advice. That's it for this video. See you in the next one.